Hey guys, what's up? It's Rachel here with another video, and in today's video I wanted to take part in the series that I've kind of been doing recently, where I'll say like, let's talk about Too Faced or let's talk about Urban Decay, and I kind of talk about their series of palettes that they're known for. So today that's exactly what I'm going to be doing, except I'm going to be talking about Anastasia Beverly Hills. And pretty much I wanted to talk about all the palettes that you can still get your hands on. Like the ones in this series that I'm talking about are the ones in this annoying velvet packaging. I am wearing one today, so I guess we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to talk about the one that I am wearing right now on my eyes, if you can see. But this is the Subculture palette, and it looks like this on the outside. This is probably one of the most annoying palettes that I have ever worked with. I was actually getting frustrated because my look just wasn't turning out the way that I wanted. It's alright. It's definitely nothing like one of my favorites, but this is what it looks like on the inside. It looks very nice on the inside, but when you try to blend the colors, they are just extremely powdery. Hiccup in the palette. I'm pretty sure you should be able to see that. And when I try to blend them out, it honestly just looks like a huge mess. I have a love-hate relationship with this palette, only for the fact, like, I understand that this is meant for more of like an artist, like an actual makeup artist. These are not actually eyeshadows, these are pressed pigments, so that is why they are so pigmented and why they are so powdery. In my opinion, this is not the regular formula that they have always done. I feel like they switched it up for this palette, and it was very easy to tell because it was so powdery, it was so different, and a lot of people clocked it, as Rich Lux would say. But this is the Subculture palette, so no, I do not recommend this palette. This is probably one that I'm never going to reach for, just for the fact that I get so frustrated when I use it. But when I did get it, I was all for it. I was like, I love it. I feel like they're doing something different. It's all pressed pigments, and they're really pigmented. But no, this is a palette I don't recommend. But if you are someone that wanted it, or you did want to try it, I know that they do have it at Marshall's for a discounted price, so you don't have to pay full price for this. I wouldn't pay full price for this. I did though. Again, this is the Subculture palette. Sorry guys, I'm back filming. I'm not wearing any eyeshadow right now, and I'm not sure if you can tell anyway because I had this hat on, but camera ended up dying, and I plugged it up, and then I ended up falling asleep. So we're just going to go ahead and keep on with the video. The next palette I'm going to talk about is the Modern Renaissance, and it looks like this. In my opinion, I feel like this has to be everybody's favorite. Oh, most people's favorite. I know this is personally mine. Something that I liked about the Modern Renaissance palette is I feel like it came out at the perfect time. A lot of people wanted those warm tones. A lot of people had warm tone palettes, but they wanted something different and exciting, and I feel like Anastasia did that. The formula on this palette is absolutely amazing, especially the shimmer shades. This is the palette that you can tell that I have definitely used. I've hit pan on a few. And if I haven't hit pan, I have made some really noticeable dips in this palette. It looks like this. Very, very pretty. And like I said, this has to be my personal favorite. The formula on this is what everybody expected the Subculture to be like. And pretty much all of her palettes, because this formula is just so good. And when they saw that the Subculture wasn't like that, it was just a big shock to everybody. But again, this is the Modern Renaissance. And if you're going to pick up one of these palettes, I highly recommend this one, because this one is just so good. Sorry if my hat is bothering you all, by the way, but I didn't want to do anything with my hair. My husband's like, don't wear that hat, and I'm like, I'm wearing my fucking hat. So the next palette that we're going to talk about is the Soft Glam palette, and it looks like this. They all have that velvet packaging that gets so dirty, but when you open it up, this is what it looks like. I do really enjoy this palette. I enjoy I don't know if it's focusing or not, but I enjoy the mattes better than the shimmers in this palette for some reason. I feel like you have a lot of pretty peachy, like warm brown shades for the crease, and that's something that I really enjoy. I feel like if anything, I'm going to reach for that palette for the mattes in this palette. I think they're just so nice, especially this orange soda. I know she's put that in a lot of her palettes. It's this one right here, but I highly recommend this. Do I like it better than the Modern Renaissance? It comes very, very close. I feel like they're both different, so you can justify having them both. The shimmers in here are not bad. They're just not my favorite colors for shimmers. But other than that, and this Dusty Rose, she's put this in other palettes as well. I love these mattes. These are just really, really nice, and I highly recommend this palette. This palette is just absolutely gorgeous when you look at it. So this is the Soft Glam palette. The next palette we're going to talk about is the Norvina palette, and it looks like this. Prince! No. Very, very pretty. That velvet packaging that gets really dirty, but when you open it up, these shimmers are so nice, so nice. The mattes are very, very nice. It looks like this on the inside. My dog, if you can hear that. Prince! No. Something that I will say about this palette is I don't feel like the mattes are as nice as in the Modern Renaissance or in the Soft Glam, but I really do enjoy this palette. I feel like the winning shades in this palette are the shimmers because they are just so wet and blinding on the lids. These shimmers are better than the ones that are in the Soft Glam palette, but this is what it looks like. Again, very, very pretty, and I love this palette. The tones in here just scream my name. They call out to me. I feel like this was a big hit. A lot of people really wanted this before it even came out. Like, it was a very hyped up palette, and I can see why. I highly, highly recommend this palette, especially if you're someone that likes tones like this, and I just love that the shimmers look wet on the lids. The last palette we're going to talk about is the Prism palette, and it looks like this. This one you can find at Marshall's too, because like the Subculture, it didn't sell very well. So if you are interested in those palettes, the Prism or the Subculture, you can find them at Marshall's at a discounted price. And then when you open it up, this is what it looks like on the inside. I have used this palette, and in my opinion, the formula is just not there. There's a couple matte shades that I really like, but the shimmers are not there, and most of the mattes aren't there. I don't recommend this palette. When you look at it, it looks really cool, and it looks different and unique, especially with that electric yellowish green color. I feel like the colors are very unique, but the formula is just not there, so that's why I wouldn't recommend this palette. Every time I use this palette, I don't like the look that I've created. Something about the formula is just very off. I'm pretty sure that this was a holiday palette, so maybe that's why. I know that's really bad to say, but a lot of times brands, like, they lack on their quality when it comes to the holidays. But this was very, very disappointing, and I know some people love it, some people hate it, but I'm just one, like, it was not for me. But again, this is the Prism palette. This is what it looks like. You can find it at Marshall's along with the Subculture, and this is what it looks like on the outside. So overall, we have 3 hits and 2 misses for me. But other than that, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you found this video helpful on which ones you should buy and which ones you should stray away from. Don't waste your money on them. I'm a big fan of Anastasia's formula. I love her eyeshadow formula. I think it's great. But some palettes just were a miss for me. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.